Welcome to this hair tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make hair like this, very detailed and illustrative, and we will start at the very beginning, the crown of our head. I'm jumping in here a little bit late, but that's okay, because I just wanted you to see how detailed this hair can get versus how moppy and just one color it can be. So I actually start with just one color, just like an orange, and mixed black, orange, and a little bit of yellow, and to make that color. And that's the burnt orange you're seeing here. And then I put in little details. So I put in some black details, some orange details, some red details, some yellow details, a bunch of details. I put in some purple, a bunch of colors, because hair reflects light in a beautiful way, and it reflects the colors around it, and it's very, very beautiful. And so going in with blocking big shapes, and then you're adding little details. And if you're noting how messy my palette is and wondering why I would keep it that messy, hair is a bunch of different colors, like I said, so I don't mind it being this messy. If it was something like stark and clean, I would clean this off and make it just yellow so there won't be any green or anything. But for this, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Alright, it's progressed quite a bit since you last saw it, but it's still taking a long time because I'm adding all those details in, right? So you notice this is a dark shadow, but I'm gonna be able to go in with an even darker paint and put it like this. And I have to keep the brush pretty dry, else it'll be too watery and will actually take the paint off, which I don't want. So I have to have a very dry brush, just get a little bit of that dark pigment and put it in. So these hairs, I lifted some paint, but they're still too light. So I'm gonna go in with some dark orange, just fill them in. They blend a little bit more, not so stark. There, that looks better. I always say painting is like a puzzle. You have to match each piece on your board to what you see in the reference. Each line, each stroke, each angle, all must be matched. You don't have to do it perfectly. You can go off, do your own thing. That's fun too. But the puzzle will look best if you match it piece by piece. As far as what brand I'm using for watercolor, I'm just using an old Reeves watercolor. It's very cheap paint that I got at the beginning of my watercolor journey, and I'm determined to use them up before I buy professional grade, which I'm very excited about. But I'm just showing you, it's amazing what you can do with even cheap paint if your technique is right and your details. It's not as orange and vibrant as it would be professionally, but I'm okay with that and just practicing the technique for now, and I can wait patiently and get the colors that I want later on. So I'm mixing from my black pile into this kind of orangish black, so I'm getting some of that orange in there and adding that in, make kind of a dark brown. And then I'm just filling in all these shadows, and then I'll start going in with my lights. I'm just laying down the basic colors again. I'm using a bigger brush because it's a bigger space. I just want a very light purple for this flower right here. And this is supposed to be yellow. And come over here. It doesn't have to be clear yellow, so I'm just using out of the messy tray. And there we go. And I'll shade it in once it dries. Okay, so the ends look way too clean right now, right? Curls, they usually frizz out a little bit. There's a lot of like hairs at the end, but I'm doing the yellow dress after I do the clean haircut, and then once I do the dress, I'll go in with little hairs and make it messy. So right now it looks clean because I still have to do the underlay of the yellow dress, and then we can get messy. I'm just making everything orange right now, and then I'll put in the shadows. I do a little bit different each time just for fun. So I just add some yellow to that orange just to make it a little more vibrant, because that's what I'm wanting with the lights. Won't matter for the darks, of course, because the dark will just go over the light. But always in watercolor, you want to remember that lights go on first and then darks. And her hair is done. Now to work on her dress and everything else.